Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on good old Satisfactory, ready for another day, back on a modded playthrough. And if you'd like to know what those mods are, the mods list is down in the description section of the video, along with a link to Satisfactory Mod Manager, so you can download and install mods for yourself. Yes. Okay, so I didn't do anything in between episodes. Either, so we're just gonna hop right on into it. Other than I just got rid of these tracks that went this way and that way, because the reason I did that is because um, the trains, there's a few trains that kept going in between here to try and shortcut the route, which is fine, which would have been fine, but I was using my filters every time the freaking uranium trains would come by, because they would stop in right here, and I was standing here trying to stay away from the radiation. Because I just like, sometimes I'll just let the game run in order to build up stock, and in order to build up, stock of stuff and whatnot, and it was funny. It was just like, dang it. And the train would stop there because a lot of the trains would come out of that station, or out of them stations, and queue up the intersection before that train would. So I'd just sit there and do this, it would just irradiate me. But of course it was like this. So it's just like, I can't have that. But that's the only thing I changed. We're still building these. These ones do take a while, and this has been running for a while as well. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the city, and we're going to check on our assembly director systems. Because if we can get those finished, then we can just let the city build up and never have to worry about it again. Because it should still be building them, as far as I know. And I know we're definitely crossing that. We're definitely using our battery power quite a lot as well. So, yeah, that's fun. Let's actually see how much power we're using. Yeah, look at this. Like, we're way over. We're going to run out of power very shortly. We might have to shut off production over here at the power plant for a little bit, because we got a long way to go with those assembly director systems. If that system can shut off, then we won't have any trouble. We just need 200 more, and then that will be completely done. Another train. And here we go with the FPS. You can see the FPS is already dropping. So very, very, very fun. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need more. We don't necessarily need more power storage. We just need more power in general. We might have to do an emergency, like, power addition. We'll just check here to make sure we're not out of fuel. Because we are producing a straight, our production is kind of, there's a little dip. But yeah, we're still burning fuel just fine. Yeah, there's little dips, you can see it. I wonder which ones are turning off and turning on again. Those little dips, let's see. So it's 1250 here, and then 1257, 1260, 1265, 1268, and then 1254. That's not very much. These things do 375, so that'd be a huge jump. We'd see a lot bigger spikes than that. So I'm wondering if it's this. If maybe we're just not producing enough, we're not bringing in enough of something, or somewhere is not getting the coal. Okay, that one's fine. I mean, and not that it really matters at this point, but yeah, like I said, we are not producing enough power to run what we're running. And once we run out of that battery power, that's it, everything shuts down. So we definitely got to be careful. about that. Okay. Yeah. Nah. It's just this freaking build has gotten a little bit out of control, I must say. It is a little bit crazy. I know there's missing pieces and stuff. It's the this main bus line, as well as a lot of the other bus lines, were just in constant construction, from adding and removing and changing around, and it's still under construction technically, because this bend has not been fixed yet. See the bend there? Everything needs to be shifted over, and it's like almost impossible to do so without spending many hours doing so. At least these are all fixed, though. I fixed these ones a long time ago. These ones never needed to be fixed. These ones are just done. And then these ones never needed to be fixed either. Because they were... No, they do need to be fixed. Oh. Well then. I'm not going to do that now because we don't have the power to really do that. Because that's going to start turning on a lot of machines. A lot of that stuff is manufacturers as well, so... Well, actually, all that's manufacturers, which take up so much power. Especially the way I'm running things. Assembly director systems. Where... I should really follow the line. I'm lazy, I don't want to go inside. So the assembly director systems. Oh! They haven't even filled up yet. I think this is the line, isn't it? Yeah, because this one's the... We're not producing. We should probably check on that. We're actually producing enough heavy oil to keep the system going. Holy crap. Would have thought we would need oil too, but like crude oil. Well, we're not quite there. We are losing a little bit. But look at the heavy oil. It's still full. You can see the indicator right there. You can see the indicator pipes all the way across the top end. They're all full. So, yeah, and all the way down the last little bit, yeah, that's all full. So we are keeping a relatively, yeah, we're doing good. So the assembly directory systems is assembly director systems is not. It's not wanting to build, and I wonder why. Are we short on something, or is it just taking forever? Which I would have thought it would have built up the... See, it goes into this splitter, which then goes into this line, which then goes up here. There they are. So we're just now full. Yeah, we're just now full, and that's just filling up the lift, I guess. Yeah, it says 100% full there. So 51, 52. Yeah, there was only like 16 in that lift there. Alright, so now we can just let the system finish and build up. Still going to take several hundred, but yeah, I'm going to go check on that system, and we're going to see why the assembly directory systems are taking so long. I know they take forever to build and whatnot. Oh, yeah, we go this way. I don't come in here very often. Alright. We're now at 4,000 out of 4,000, so that's one out of 4 for phase 4. Why is it taking so long? Because we need power. We need power. And I'm working on that major project of the man-made island for our nuclear power plant. Because nuclear is very radioactive, I wanted to kind of play into that a little bit and make a big island. Oh, there goes a couple. Nope, out of power. Dig it. Yeah, apologies for the FPS. When you get up to this level of building in Satisfactory and you do not have the CPU to support it, I have an i7 4790K, which is you'd say probably middle of the road, maybe on the lower end of middle of the road CPU. yeah, middle of the road CPU as far as gaming wise. Like you got your higher i7s, and then you've got the i9s now too. So yeah, and people say that with the i9 it's still laggy when you build a lot. So it's just the way it is. There's so much calculation going on that there's almost no more room for the FPS to be calculated, or for the FPS. It's not graphics related. We already know that. I've turned down the graphics to nothing, down to potato graphics almost, and I mean, not almost. I did go down to the lowest settings possible, and it did not affect the FPS one bit. So we definitely know that it's CPU related. Which again, this is a factory game. CPU is the main focus here. This will even happen to you on Factorio, although it'll happen way later, like when you build way more, because this, it's a 2D game. There's less CPU calculation when it comes to that. So yeah, so these systems are full. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, I got lost in the CPU talk there. Okay, so these systems are full, so we don't have to worry. All right, we do not have to worry that we're low on something. I'm glad that our system is good. Yeah, we're maxed out on AI limiters, as you can see here. This is the output of our AI limiters, so we're maxed out on those. Very, very good. So doing good there. So yeah, it's just a matter of time that the system will eventually make enough. But yeah, we got a lot of work to do. We better get back over to the island. Yeah, you can see these things are constantly discharging now. Like I said, I might have to shut down production if this gets to. Let's say if this gets below 25% charge, we're gonna shut down the production of the island. We're gonna disconnect the island from power, so that we can at least try to get a recharge on the system for a while. Yeah, but that's our limit. If it gets down to 25%, we're cutting off this island. Which this island is only connected via these tracks. These tracks are what gives us power over to this island here. There is no other thing. The one other thing I'm really wanting, but it comes in update 8, of course, and we're gonna wait till it gets to the early access branch, which is this branch here, because we're still on update 7. Once update 8 releases, I'm gonna start building those giant power pole lines. Oh my gosh, the ones that go far distance, and they look really cool. I could make my own, which we probably will make our own, but because I was planning on making those anyway, just for fun. But yeah, I know one of my power supplies is draining. I've been watching it. Yeah, we're at 65%. It's like, yeah, I've been watching it. The entire system, not one of my power storage systems, the entire power storage system. Everything's connected to one thing. That I don't have subsystems or anything like that. Although that's the other thing they said they weren't adding to the game was logic. They're not adding logic systems to the game because they said the game's already pretty. It's already pretty complicated as it is with when it, like, it's not complicated at the beginning, which is what they want, but it's also not complicated. I like this. Oh, that train doesn't. It almost touches. It might be touching. It's touching. Slightly touching. That's fine. But they said, yeah, they don't want it to be complicated at the beginning, which is what's not happening. Obviously, it's not complicated at the beginning. They want it to be one of those games where it's easy to get into, easy to get started with for beginners, but it's hard to master. And that's what Satisfactory ultimately is, in my opinion. I think they've achieved that, because at the beginning it is very easy to get into. Yep. Once you get started with it, it's just like, oh yeah, and it's very addicting as well. Like this is one of those games that I think it will surprise you. Let's say you're not into factory games, but it also has to be preference with, let's say you've never played a factory game, right? And you're not really into factory games. It's not really your thing. But definitely, I think Satisfactory is one of those that if you were to give it a try, I would say there's a pretty good chance that you're going to end up liking the game in some aspect or another. Just because of the way it is. But also because of the fact that this game, like I said, it's very surprising. You don't expect the game to be as addicting as it is until you actually play it, and you expect it to be extremely difficult. You know, that's what a lot of people expect, which is fair. That's a fair assumption. That it's going to be super difficult. You're not going to be able to know what you're doing. Things like that. I think we want this slower. Yeah, like that. Okay. I just wanted to give this a little bit of support. Look. But yeah, you just don't notice. Honestly, in my opinion, it's just like give it a try. Satisfactory is definitely one of them games. It definitely is worth trying out. I'm gonna do this. There's another pillar here. Yeah. I might not be able to connect to it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move this by hand. There we go. Is that where I have it? No. It's down lower. It's right. Oof. That's a hard one to judge. It's not. Let's see. See if we can get a basis on this. To the top of like that yellow, like right above that yellow bit. Yeah, this is no. It's close. We'll give that a shot. Yeah, it's not quite there. I definitely want to drop it somewhere. Okay, not medium. Oop. Okay, that's tiny. It's probably there. As close as I'm going to be able to get it. Yeah. Then it gives it that supported look all the way across. Yeah, actually looks decent. Looks decent. Okay. It's just I seen it and I was just like I gotta fix that. It just it doesn't look good. Yeah, definitely one of those types of games. Would surprise you. But on another note, yeah, like I said, difficult to master. This game, it takes, I think it takes a few games in order to actually get a hold on what you're doing, like fully. Unless you like pick it up immediately. You know, there are people like that people like that could literally like, you know, not know anything about physics engineering, and then they do physics engineering for like 5 seconds, and then all of a sudden they know everything about physics engineering, and they could be a physics engineer right there on the spot, just because they're just that smart that they can just pick up. No. Okay. Just a slow sink into the water, like no. Okay. Yeah, so the first thing I gotta do is I gotta put this here. Then we'll grab ourselves the 1 meter. There's starting to be a visibility lag of stuff being placed. I will give you that. Is it facing towards it? Yeah. Change that to vertical mode. See if I can. Sometimes I can get lucky. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, sometimes there's a little bit visible lag when I place stuff. Is it 3? 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then this goes across. And then 5 again. Okay. And then we need to pull a 1. I think we should have enough for this. And then we'll just go with the standard blue for our, oops. I guess this doesn't really matter, but whatever. I probably also just turned on a whole bunch of power. That's just how it goes. We'll control. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I'll change that to Mark II, of course. I love how I'm getting radiation clear over here, just from that. The radiation is just insane over there. That's why you gotta have filters. So we're gonna have to have a constant supply of filters. I don't think we can't really manufacture filters, unfortunately. Well, I'm just probably just gonna buy them all, but yeah, maybe we should have like a box somewhere where you just have filters in it. So if you're getting low, you just go grab some more. Okay, we should probably do that to the other side because we're getting ready to expand the island some more, and we definitely want to have our towers. So here's what I'm thinking, by the way. Here's the next step into this whole project. What I'm thinking is this is wrong. That's what I'm thinking. That's wrong. That was probably an accident. Well, that was an accident, of course. Ah! Power. You. It's at the top of, yeah, it's at the top of that foundation there. Okay. Yeah, what I'm thinking is to combine the cooling towers with the power plants, with the nuclear power plants themselves. So we're going to have a belt and a pipe go directly into each cooling tower. And I want a line of them, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do just one straight line. Actually, 2 straight lines. That's what I wanted. I wanted two lines of 10. Because obviously we're not going to do one full line of 20. That's just not going to work. There's not enough room for that. Where am I going? Oh, I was going over here to check I might have accidentally done it on this side too. That's supposed to be a 1 meter, not a 4 meter. And we'll just we'll check here. This is why I put power lines on the outer edge, by the way, so I could build this stuff. Yeah, I did that here too. Dang it. That was whoopsie. Big ol' whoopsie. Okay, and we're also probably going to have to build this in stages. I've never done this before, so I don't know. Also, why is that like that? It needs to go all the way down. But also this whole thing probably. I haven't been. Oh, I haven't been extending this for a while. Okay. Well, it's gonna take up all my concrete. Let me go grab some more concrete. I'm low anyway. You know, you're just like, but you have almost 1,000. It's just like, yeah, 1,000 is pretty low. Actually, when you build at this level, 1,000 concrete, it's just like that's gonna go in like 2 seconds, and almost literally going to go in 2 seconds. I could literally waste that in 2 seconds. So I think there's concrete here. Yes, there's a little bit of concrete here, and then we'll just fill up from that. That's why I have a whole train card on my construction train dedicated to just concrete. You have no idea how many tens of thousands of concrete have gone into this island. And I'm trying to build it to where just the outer edges are going to go into the water. So it looks like it's, a full island all the way down. Well, quite literally. And then what I do is we do this, and then we're going to rely on... Okay, so that's there. And we're going to rely on the camera in the top left to tell us how deep to go. I think probably there. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, we're quite literally to the bottom of the ocean. That's the way it's supposed to be. All the way down. Yeah. As you can see here. Oh, there's a hole. What happened there? Oh, it goes up. Look at that. The land itself goes up. It's a little more shallow right there in that section. Yeah, and then it goes all the way down. Okay. Yeah, just the last couple of sections, I guess, I just forgot. Oh, here comes the radiation train. Oh, it's empty. How much uranium are we using? Holy crap. I'm actually glad I went with 2 trains. Seeing that train empty, man. Yeah, look at this. We're chewing through this. Oh yeah, look at it. We are chewing through the uranium here. Okay, so I am. Let me catch a ride real quick. Stop in a train. Yeah, we are chewing through the uranium like crazy. Yeah, this side didn't get extended either. So I'll take the concrete and go underneath. Go as far as it'll let us go. There. Use our camera. Extend it down. This side's much more shallow because we're closer to the land here. We'll just check. Yep, that's good. Okay. Oh, did I forget? I did forget that, didn't I? Yeah, I forgot to put that in there. That's okay. We can go back and forth. It's fine. It's fine. Got our uranium shenanigans over there. I love that sign. I almost don't want to remove it. I know I'm gonna remove it, but I almost don't want to. This is funny. Yeah, I forgot our little. There's a lot to remember when building this island here. Oh. Okay. So then, yeah, beyond this point, we're gonna have our rows of 10. We're gonna have Oh, sorry, our rows of 5. Don't know what I was thinking. 20 uranium reactors. No, it's 10. I think, isn't it? Because we timed everything by 10. Yeah, because the reactors... Actually, we'll figure that out in a minute. We got other things to do. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid to start the project because I'm still not really sure where I'm going with it yet. It's like I'm almost afraid to actually start the damn thing. You ever get that with the project? Where you're just like, you want to start the project, but you're still not exactly sure how you're gonna do it, so you're just kind of putting it off. Okay, I'll put that in vertical mode. Luckily, the water's not super deep here, so we can just do that. Okay. Finished off with this. I love the smart mod. Being able to build stuff like that quickly is just the smart mod combined with the micromanage mod. Those are two mods. They go hand in hand. They're almost a necessity at this point, which is gonna suck when they go to 1.0 because I'm definitely removing mods at 1.0 because I want to play. I mean, they said it's not really going to be a super story or anything. Like, it's going to be an option that you can take part in it or not, which is, nice. That's a nice option. But I'm still gonna. I want to play when 1.0 comes out. I want to play the game as intended, with all the stuff they've added and stuff like that. So it's going to be intended. It's going to be a straight playthrough with no mods. And then after that, then we'll go back to mods again, because that'll also give time for mod creators to fix their mods for 1.0 or to make new mods, and maybe some new mods will come out and stuff like that. But I do want to play it as originally intended, if that makes sense, with 1.0, because that's going to be the full release of the game. So I want to play it as they intended the full release to be. If it's got bugs, it's got bugs. If it's not to our liking, too bad. Okay. So now that we've got that, now we can go ahead and extend our foundations. Actually, we're gonna be going downhill at this point because we need to be above the water again. Actually, no, the island itself doesn't need to be above the water. The island itself can stay at this height, but everything on this side needs to be dropped down. I think we might do a straight drop rather than a sloped. That's what I'm thinking. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to do this. Oop. We're going to do this real quick. Yeah, there should be a point. Yeah, it's like there should be a point somewhere where it turns red. It's so laggy now. Look at all that concrete. Can we catch it? Nah, it's too fast. Okay, let's go near this pole here. Looks like it's all right, probably up to this point. This is where we need to go a little deeper with it, just for consistency. Okay. now we can use the cam. I don't want to waste a bunch of concrete way below ground level where you can't see it, so I'm just going to go down 2. Okay, that covers it all. Good. All right, that'll fix that. Okay. So now we're going to do our 5. Or we're going to do expansion, but the expansion point is going to be down lower because it needs to be. So we're going to be right underneath the water here. Right, actually expand this way. See, that's 5 foundations. Are we? Oh my gosh, I can't see. Are we touching the island yet? Almost. Oh yeah, we are touching the island there. I was like, why is the radiation level going up suddenly? It's a freaking uranium train behind me. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be just above the water here, for reasons. You'll find out why later. I went a little too far with that one. Can't afford. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's actually perfect though. Oh, I hit the wall. Dang it! I was hoping to get just underneath it. We'll have to move this. This is not necessary here because this is where the road's at. So. Okay. So then, yeah, we'll go get more. Oh, that train's nearly full. It's either that or that other train that keeps getting uranium, the one that's empty. I think that's what it is. I think the one that's empty is the one that's really close. So it's only 150 uranium per minute is what that miner can do. So I think what's happening is the train gets there and there's not much uranium to even get, because I have it connected in such a way that it fills I think it fills the back car first, if I remember right. I can't remember all of it. But it either fills the front car or the back car all the way, because it's connected like this one is. So yeah, the way this one's connected, it's all looped together, essentially. Okay. Finish doing this. I don't know how big to make this yet, because I need to figure out how big the cooling tower is going to be and whatnot. So we have all this space, kind of. I'm wondering if we'll be above the island with that or not. We should probably go another 5 though. Can we pull some power? Right there. There we go. That way we can float off to the side. Actually, you know what I'll do? Do it like this first so we know how far to go. So that right there is 1,330 concrete. Like I said, I can waste pretty good. Clipping something. Okay. No, it doesn't. island is just tall enough to do that. That's not fun. No, it's fine. We'll deal with it. I think what's going to happen here. Oh, that's what we're clipping with. Clipping with that. Okay, that's fine. Let's get some power. I'm actually going to remove this. Then we'll pull power down here for a moment, so we can fly up and kind of gaze at what we got here. So this is all the room we have. Now I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how big the cooling towers are going to be. I don't know where I need to place them or how I need to place them. I'm not sure at all. And I'm not even sure how many I needed in the first place. I think it was 10 though, if I remember right. I could check with Satisfactory calculator real quick. So yeah, it was 10 of those because it's 5 uranium fuel rods per minute. Yeah, and each one of these makes 1 per minute, which makes this 5 per minute system. Now, if we go back over here to our original planner, which we can almost remove, because we're pretty much done with it. Originally we wanted 5 nuclear power plants, because that was going to give us the power we needed. Right? Yeah, that was going to give us the power we needed in order to do what we needed to do, and then some. You know, it was definitely and then some. Okay, so yeah, 2.5 and 3,000 watt per minute. But then we thought, why don't we just go super crazy and just double everything? So we took all of these numbers and we times 2 on everything and ended up figuring it out. Oh, we're not going to be able to build anything. It's starting to rain. So yeah, then we ended up doubling everything, and this is what we ended up with, was 10 of these. 10 of these per minute. I'm not going to try and delete that, by the way. I don't know. I don't want to crash the game. Okay. So then we ended up 10. So yeah, it was 10 in total. And I just checked it as well with Satisfactory Calculator. If you've never heard of it before and you're playing this game, there is a link down in the description below that will take you to Satisfactory Calculator. It's completely 100% free to use, and with no account required or anything like that. No signups, no credit card, no bullshit. So yeah, no input required. Just go to the website, and you can do all kinds of stuff with it. With Satisfactory Calculator, it will do. You can do production planners. You can do power planners. Production planners is how I keep track, because I can't keep track of this game completely. That's just not possible for me. There's too much knowledge to know every single recipe and all the numbers. Like, some people can do it, but I definitely can't. That's just not something that's not possible for my smooth brain. So I remember some of it, but a lot of it's just like, yeah. Okay, so yeah, 10 production or 10 nuclear power plants clocked at 250%, which is 3 power shards, or overclockers as I call them, which we need 30 in total, which we could do, obviously. So the amount we need is 5 uranium fuel rods per minute and 6,000 meters cubed of water per minute. That's how they calculate it's meters cubed, because they don't use gallons, because they're not from the U.S. So, and what that's going to give us is 62,500 megawatts of power. 62,000. And let's see how that would do on our power system here. We added 62,000 right this minute. We added 62,500. We don't even look at our max consumption. See, that's our max consumption. If everything was running all at once, our entire city, if everything was running all at once, we only need 45,000. And this is in total. That's all the trains, all the stations, if they were all working at the same time, which would never happen. If all of the manufacturers, all the assemblers, all the blenders, all of the other plants and the constructors. I always forget what these are called. Refineries, all my packagers. So if all of these, all of these, all of these, all of these, and all of the, well, not all of those, and then on the special side, all of these, and no, this doesn't take up any power. This doesn't take up any power either, which is kind of funny. And then we go over to, so all of these, all of these, all of these, and all of these, we're all running all at once. Everything that takes up power, including lights and stuff, if everything was using all that power all at once, it would take up 45,000 megawatts, which would never happen. That's just not possible. Because you can't have. I mean, it is possible, I suppose, but you'd have to do a lot of intervention in order to make that happen. It's the only way that's going to happen. But yeah. So, and if everything was running all at once with those power plants, we would definitely still overproduce power. So, there is that. I'd imagine though, once these stop working, yeah, this one's completely full. This one's completely full, and this one's completely full. The reason these ones aren't done yet is because they have to travel a little further. So they have to go this way, up the lift, and then into here, and then that one. So these ones should be close, though. Yeah, we're getting close to having max. So once these max out with 50 uranium fuel rods, then things should start calming down a little bit, because these things take up a lot of power. Does it tell you how much power it uses? Yeah, right there. 184.7 megawatts is what this is using. That doesn't seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it really is. It really is. I mean, that's also like the average train uses 100 or so megawatts. And these train stations as well. When these train stations run, stuff like that, they also take up a lot. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, I know I'm basically kind of BSing my way to the end of the episode today, because like I said, I don't really know how big I want to make the nuclear power plant, or how big I want to make those cooling towers. So, do we have enough to put down a nuclear power plant? Nuclear power plant, where are you? Oh, that's underpowered? Okay, how big is one of these? I don't know if we're gonna. Well, that changes things. How are we gonna fit all of those? That definitely changes things a lot. We could do with less cooling towers, just build a couple of really big ones, which would probably warrant on this one. And then try to fit, say like we built like, like I said, I was going to go with multiple cooling towers, but I know these got cooling towers built onto them. I know that. I just wanted to do something artistic. And now it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. The island doesn't even concern me at this point. It's just how do we get this to work? Yeah, this is definitely going to take some thinking. I'm going to have to do some test building, stuff like that. Oof. So if we built 2 massive cooling towers, we could fit 5 in and put 5 of these each inside of there. That could work. But those cooling towers would be enormous. Like that would be insane. The alternate theory would be to use these as the cooling towers. But again, we can't fit. There's no way. There's no way I can fit 10 of them on here. Even if I put this like... Oh, I can't use the smart mod here. So let's just say I put this here, right? It's like I should have enough to... I always wondered why the legs on these were always offset. Never made sense to me. So I'd like put that there. Even if we couldn't even put space in between these. It's like there. Yeah, I didn't think about the spacing. I didn't think these were that. I didn't think these were that big, and that's what she said. We could fit 4. See, that's roughly the middle. Like we could fit in a line of 8. It's either that or we just stop the road right there. That's the. If we stop the road right there, we could probably fit a line of them. But again, the issue being the cooling towers themselves. So basically, what my plan was to build up a little stalk up into the sky, right? And then say, okay, I want the cooling tower this tall. So then I go halfway into the cooling tower and I put one of these bad boys in there. So really, this one would be up here instead. I'm actually low on stuff. But I brought enough for 10. I don't know. These things are so expensive. But yeah, then I'd put this one. Maybe we'll move it with the micromanage just for now. Okay. Yeah, every time I go to talk about something, I get right in the middle of the conversation, and then autosave goes, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Okay, I gotta stop my conversation so that I'm not talking through an autosave, because that's when there's nothing to look at." So let's change this to huge. Oops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so then we go, yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is basically what I'd mean. Is we'd have the cooling towers about this level, right? Not exactly this level. This is just a thing. So then what I do is I would build a circle on the bottom of these cooling towers, right in the middle. So let's say foundation-wise, let's just say this was the middle. Actually, I might be able to get the middle. There we go. So yeah, let's say, yeah, that is the middle. Okay. So then what I do is I take the middle of this, go, okay, this is where one cooling tower is going to be. And then what I do is I'd build a circle of this, a circle of foundations to fit the size of this, right? So this would basically be taking up the exact dimension of the middle of the cooling tower. And then the cooling tower would then go from this size, it then would go out like an actual cooling tower, and then go out like an actual cooling tower on all sides. And then right here would be the kind of central, and then it would go right back out again. That was basically my plan, but since these are just so freaking massive now. Honestly, though, if the devs really want to keep this, not change this at all, which I don't think they ever will, I would definitely make these much bigger, like much bigger. Like we're talking like maybe twice the size, so that they're actual cooling towers. So that either that or make the nuclear power plant and the cooling tower separate pieces. Like I would definitely love that, because that would definitely work for me. But having these two pieces as the same thing just doesn't work for me. Like it doesn't, because I know I don't know everything about cooling, about power plants and nuclear power plants and stuff, but I definitely do know that the nuclear power plant and the cooling tower are always separate. There's no difference there. Like, or there's no combining of that, because that just wouldn't be effective. Or they'd have to somehow figure out how to cool it while it's heating up on the same plane. I don't know. I don't know how cooling towers work, but like I said, it's just one of them things. The other thing we could do now, this is another this is a what if, but the other thing we could do is move this island that way quite a bit with Satisfactory calculator, because you can do that, and then that'd give us more room this way. And what we could do is do like groupings. We could do groupings of 5, have like a group of 4, and then have the 5th one in front, kind of like bowling pins almost. But it'd be a group of 4 in a square, and then the 5th one. We could do it that way. And like I said, we could build if we could build 5 massive cooling towers and then fit 2 power plants per cooling tower, we could do it that way too. I am seriously thinking though about not having this road go any further. Like this road will end here, and then the rest of it is just the power plant cooling tower combo. But yeah, like I said, I just don't know. I don't know. I do have a mod, by the way, by oh, what's his face? I forgot his face. Forgot his name. Is it under Foundations? No. Is it under? What was it under? NTM? No, I think NTM was. Yeah, I don't use these mods or this stuff very much. I could just get rid of these. Oh, here we go. So round foundation. I could use one of these. That's about the size of a cooling tower, isn't it? Or not the cooling tower. It's about the size of the power plant, isn't it? Let's give it a shot. It might be a little small, but if it's close, I could use it to kind of plan. And then we'll go not transport, power. It might be a little small. it's a wee bit small. All right, that ain't gonna work. This just doesn't cost nothing. Although I think it's gonna be annoying to delete. Yeah, well, a little bit. Okay. So then, what about? Let's see, what was that under? Was that under NTN? No, it was under the other one. Upside down. It was under upside down foundations. Yeah, this is more the size anyway. It's like, and I could build my own as well. This is just faster. Actually, yeah, this might be the size. Size of the power plant. Yeah, that's roughly. Now to get it centered is going to be another thing entirely. Can we hit? No, we can't even hit H to line it up. It's a bit of a faff, isn't it? Is this? That looks roughly centered. Yeah, that definitely looks roughly centered. Here's the turbine, by the way. Yeah, and the reason these foundations are blurry because they're not really foundations. But yeah, if we could do that to try and plan out, because that's a little bit easier. Yeah. Plus, then we can use that to plan out each of them. So then they can fit. They'll fit inside that almost. It almost fits. It's very close to fitting. Let's see. So then what I was thinking was, so we know we gotta go with the big one. So then what I was thinking was, let's go over here. And so then you'd have one here, say. So one here, then one here, then one here, then one here. And then you'd have the fifth one, not here, but this would be further back, of course. It's either that or we go like this, and we put one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there, essentially. Then you'd have a line of 5 and a line of 5, one from each side. Oh, the only problem with that is, though, that the cooling tower portion, like when it goes to come out a little bit, yeah, then there's gonna be cooling towers bumping into each other. So you'd almost have to build a foundation bigger on the way around, and then try to work that out, or 2 foundations bigger even. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some building on my own in order to make that work. Yeah. Sorry we didn't get nothing done today. It's just there's a lot of thought that goes into this, and I wanted to kind of show off my thinking process, essentially, of what I'm thinking. And then I think next episode, we'll definitely get into the building a little bit. But yeah, I do enjoy kind of sharing my thought process on this type of stuff, and what needs to be done, what can be done, things like that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess what we could do is we could do like a building kind of episode where we just build this stuff and try to figure stuff out. But like, I'll chop it up, I guess, to kind of show you just so you're not there for the entire thing. Like this episode, I understand that this episode's probably not going to be very entertaining. Just because there's just a lot of nothingness going in. We didn't get anything done at all. But that's okay, I think. I think that's fine. So yeah, now that I know I can use these to kind of judge... Andre Aquila was the name I was looking for. Thanks, guys. Thanks for reminding me. Completely forgot the name. Sorry that happens. It's not that they're not important or anything. They're actually one of the most important mod makers of Satisfactory. They make all the good mods, except for Micromanage and Smart Mod. But they make all the good mods, definitely, almost all of them. Like they made this mod, all this stuff. Yeah, they made a lot of mods. They made the people mod, I believe, as well. I believe the people mod. The decorations mod, the NTM foundations, which some of these foundations are actually really cool. There's a lot of textures and stuff in here. They made the progressive trains mod, so that you can have trains at the beginning of the game. They made the not in there, nothing in there. They made the the small train stations mod, I believe it's called, something like that. And there's all these different all these different train stations and stuff for whatever you could need. So if you don't want to build with this stuff, with the standard game, they did the special containers mod as well. Small fluid buffer. I like this. This thing's pretty freaking cool. It looks interesting as well. And then this, and then they also made the container screens mod, the one where you have a container and you get a screen on it automatically to show you what's in it. Well, it shows you one option if there's only one thing in it, stuff like that. And then they also got this container style, so this one's got 2 inputs, 2 outputs, or no, 4 inputs, 4 outputs. Sorry, which is pretty nice, and yeah, just all that special stuff. And then the more decorations mod, and look at this, like I can scroll forever just about. There's just so much stuff. Get some vending machines, some crates, drywall, like construction, just decoration stuff, just any kind of decoration you can think of. Trash can. They also made the covered belts mod as well. So they got covered belts, special tubes. These go up to Mark 6 and Mark 7 as well, which is, you know, much faster than the average game, which the game only goes to that. I can't remember who made this, the conveyor support mod, which adds 2 and 3, which the game should have this. But Andre Aquila also made the wall hole mod, to placeable wall holes. And then production. Was there any more? I don't think so. Unless they made the third-person view mod, I'm not really sure. Yeah. And there's a few other mods too that run in the background, like flex splines and. Or I don't have flex splines enabled right now. Yeah, they make all the good mods just about. But then, you know, the smart mod and the micromanage mod are definitely 2 mods that are, I would say, a must. If you're going to go mods, that's definitely a must have. That and container screens. Container screens is another kind of must-have mod. This right here. This thing it's got all this different stuff. It's crazy. Anyway, talking about mod stuff, getting nothing done. But yeah, like I said, sorry we didn't get anything done today. I just kind of, I don't know, just kind of wanted to, you know, do some thought process stuff and into whatnot. I know it's not very entertaining to watch, but that's just how I am. Every now and again, I'll do one of these episodes where it's just we don't really get anything done. It's just we could just kind of, you know, mess around and try to figure things out. But anyway, like I said, that is going to be it of nothing. So anyway, at any rate, I do hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.